Hello YouTube, and welcome to the comic book channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about some of my picks for the week of August 1st, 2018, and some of my spec picks as well. Starting us off, we have Dark Horse Comics releasing The Seeds #1, and I won't sit here and try to read the solicit or anything. It seems like a pretty big epic story with a lot going on. It's supposed to be a 1 of 4, so it's a mini series, and the art is by David Aja. And it seems like it's kind of like a post-apocalyptic world on Earth where a lot of, people have escaped because something or another happened on Earth. From there, it looks like there's aliens grabbing what they can off the Earth, or maybe pieces of humanity, I guess. Sounds like a really cool story. It's got something to do with flora and fauna left on Earth mutating. Sounds pretty awesome, so I'm stoked about that one. From DC Comics, we have Batman #52. I have the B variant Kara Andrews cover here. This continues the trial of Mr. Freeze and what's going on with that, and how Bruce Wayne is, basically the only juror not voting guilty. Next up, we have Deathstroke, and this is the B cover on the Francis Mattina cover. Obviously, you have Batman holding up the Deathstroke mask there, so this is part 5 in Batman vs. Deathstroke. We have another B variant by Kara Andrews, which is Green Arrow #43. So next up we have Green Lanterns #52. This is the B variant by Chris Stevens. This is a nice cover. Dan Jurgens has been writing a great Green Lantern series, Mike Perkins art. It's been really good. I've been picking it up every month that it comes out. Another B variant that we have here is by Frank Cho, who's been doing the B variants on Harley Quinn. This is a really nice cover, a really different cover for Harley Quinn. Not something you normally see. I'm really into this cover. I don't normally pick up Harley Quinn, but I do like this cover a lot, so I'm picking it up for the cover. Another one that I'm not too sure about here is Mr. Miracle #10. This is the regular A cover by Nick Darrington. I read like the first 2 or 3 issues of Mr. Miracle, and I understand that it's good writing. It's definitely good writing, but it's not a story for me. I'm not really into it. That being said, the cover art has been pretty cool. Now this one, I don't know what's going on with this. I remember seeing this a long time ago. It's obviously done well, but it's a very weird cover. I don't know. I'm going to grab it for my personal collection. I'll probably grab 2 copies just in case something happens with it. So next up is a new series from Dynamite called Robots vs. Princesses. The solicit reads, "The comic event of the year has arrived. When plucky Princess Zara stumbles across the Decimator Deflector Wheeler, she sets in motion events that will pit the sprightly cleverness of a fairy tale princess against the raw power of giant robots. The dream match you never thought you'd see begins here. Don't miss it." So that sounds pretty wacky and crazy there. So I'm always down for some weird comic book fun. Next up from IDW, we have another new series. This is probably a mini series, I would assume. Another Bebop and Rocksteady standalone series. This is Bebop and Rocksteady Hit the Road #1. I've chosen the B cover here, which is a Ben Bates cover. Everyone's favorite mutated masters of mayhem, Bebop and Rocksteady, are road tripping back to New York City. But before they can get started on their new journey across America, they run into a crazy old enemy who's bent on derailing their trip before it can begin. I don't know what'll happen with that. I remember the Bebop and Rocksteady Destroy Everything series from maybe like a year or 2 ago, and that was pretty fun. I liked it, so I'm definitely going to check this one out. Don't see much spec value in it, but it should be fun. So here's another #1 from Image Comics, and this is Leviathan. It's a series premiere of a guy who's having a party and has to go out and get some beer, and his friends accidentally summon a giant monster from hell. Sounds pretty silly and fun. There's a few books that just sound silly and fun this week, and that's one of them. I'll pick it up. I don't see much spec value in that, but I will be picking it up. Next up from Image, we have Walking Dead 182. I'm always grabbing the Bill Sienkiewicz covers. This one's another great cover featuring Maggie on it, and should be fun. Next up from Image is Spawn 288. This is the regular Francisco Mentina cover, but there are 2 more covers just with the individual sides. So one has, just the left side with the color, and one just has the right side that's the black and white there. So from Marvel comic books, we have Cosmic Ghost Rider #2. There's a regular Jeff Shaw cover for this. There's a Superlog cover B variant. I don't know who Superlog is. And there's a C variant incentive cover, which is a Gerardo Zaffrino cover. Don't know if I said that right. Probably not. I really like the regular cover on this with the space shark guy. That's really awesome. The B variant and the C variants both look great too. I don't personally see a lot of value in the C variant, but of course if there is a new character or anything important in here, it would be nice to grab that. But at a $25 cover price, I'm probably going to stay away from it and just grab the A cover. You guys do what you want. Don't want you to miss out on any awesome spec or anything. So next up from Marvel, we have Death of Inhumans. There's a cover here, which is a regular Care Andrews cover. And there's also a B cover by this Young Guns artist who I'm not even going to try to say his name because I won't come close. That artist has done a few of these Young Gun covers and they've been great, but I don't think anything can hold a match to this regular Care Andrews cover. It's got a full, display of Vox there. Just looks wicked. Looks like a really awesome cover. I'm really stoked about that. That last issue was really great, and I'm really excited to see what happens in this one. So I will definitely be picking this one up. I am stoked about it. So next up, we have Immortal Hulk #4. There's a regular Alex Ross cover on this. There's also an Arthur Adams Return of the Fantastic Four cover. I will probably pick up both covers. I kind of like the Return of the Fantastic Four cover a little more than the regular cover, but either way, I grab Immortal Hulk to read. I think it's such a great book and I like it a lot. The solicit for this one reads, Walter, someone who has a last name, is an ex-football star, a space diplomat, and a beloved superhero. Walter is charming, healthy, and outgoing. Walter is the opposite of Bruce Banner. And Walter is looking to die today because he went looking for Banner and found the Immortal Hulk. So that sounds really fun to me. I really love these Immortal Hulk stories. I think they're awesome and a lot of fun. I'm excited to pick that up. I think I'm saying fun a lot today, so maybe that's the theme. There's a lot of fun going on this week in comic books. Next up from Marvel is Infinity Wars #1. I think everybody's stoked to see what happens in Infinity Wars after Infinity Wars Prime came out last week. That had a lot of craziness and action going on at the end of that one. I'm excited to check this book out. It should be just a lot of fun and have a lot of craziness in it. There's like 12 covers for this book, a lot of them being incentives. I'm going to kind of just show a couple of covers here. There's the regular Mike Diodato Jr. cover. There's an incentive Frank Martin cover. An incentive J.G. Jones promo cover. Most likely I'm going to grab the regular cover and the J.G. Jones promo cover. I like J.G. Jones as an artist, and then that's also got Thanos on the cover, so can't go wrong with that. Next up, we have Marvel Rising, Miss Marvel, and Squirrel Girl #1, cover A. Can't say the artist's name, so that's the regular cover there. Then we have this C cover, which is a connecting variant that's got Squirrel Girl with Spider-Gwen or Ghost Spider or whatever you want to call her in the back there. I like this series. I know it's probably, like an all-ages book, and most of you guys might not be into that, but I think it's pretty fun. So next up from Greg Pak, we've got Weapon X, #21. I wanted to say Weapon H there, but I had to stop myself and say X because that's what this is. So, the explosive conclusion of Team Weapon X. What began as a team of circumstance reaches its only logical conclusion. A grave, Warpath, and Old Man Logan aren't long for this world, but will Sabretooth rally the rest of the team or sign their epitaph himself? That sounds cool. I like this story a lot. I've liked Weapon X as it's been coming out. It's been a great book. Another book that I really like every time it comes out is Animosity, and this is number 15. Got a great looking cover there, some cool implications on that cover. We get the food pyramid with your grains at the bottom, then we go up to fruits and vegetables, and then we've got meats, but in the middle of that meats is a human. Then we've got our oils and fats up top, as the food pyramid should be, apparently, in school like in the 90s. I don't think they use that anymore. I think they got the My Plate now. Whatever. Either way, it's a cool cover. Next up is another series that I really love from Aftershock, and that is Dark Ark number 9, written by Cullen Bunn. This is a really cool book if you haven't been reading it. I don't know if you can jump in right here or not, but I would definitely go back and find the first issue if you can and start there. It's just a really, really cool series, pretty intense. So next up from Antarctic Press, we see Teether number 2. And I don't know where this is just coming out of nowhere. Teether, I feel like this came out like a year ago at this point. I don't remember when the first issue came out, but that's what it seems like. Next up from Black Mask Comics, we have Wilds number 4. I recently got into Wilds because I bought the first issue when it first came out and I never read it. And then after reading Submerged, I read, I caught up on Wilds, and I really like it a lot. It's a cool story. It's got great artwork, some different stuff going on there. So there's number 4. It's not too late to try to get in pretty much on the ground level if you'd like to. From Boom Studios, we have Rocko's Modern Life number 7. This is the B variant by Nick Cross, subscription cover. Also from Boom Studios, we have Sabian's Go-Go Power Rangers number 12. There are 4 covers on this one. I'm just showing the regular A cover, or the A-B randomly filled covers, whatever that means. I kind of gave up on the variants on these because they just get a little pricey and I don't know that they're worth it. Next up from Boom Studios is going to be WWE Attitude Era 2018 Special Number 1 regular cover. Man, that was a lot to say. This is just a little like anthology book, basically. Next up from Scout Comics is Long Lost Book 2, Number 1. So this is going to Book 2, which I guess is like a second volume. I liked the first volume. I thought it was a cool series, so I'll be picking this up. Then we have, from Scout Comics, a B variant for Maul, number 1. Maul came out during Free Comic Book Day, with a Free Comic Book Day issue. And then, a couple of weeks ago, we came out with number 1, and now there's a number 1 B variant. So I'm not too sure what that means, if this is a second printing or just decided to come out with a B variant later. I've not really ever heard of that, so I'll be picking it up either way because I like Maul. Thought it was a cool series. I like that cover work. From Valiant, we have Valiant High number 4. I might be the only one reading this, but I really like it. It's, again, a lot of fun, just like everything else today. From Zenescope Entertainment, which I don't think I've ever put a Zenescope book on this list before. I've definitely only bought one Zenescope book that I can think of in my life. This one sounds a little different. I'm going to give it a shot for $4. We'll see if it's good or not. It's called Paradise Court. It's got 3 covers. I wouldn't waste time trying to track down any of these covers and just grab one. That's what I'm going to do. But the other 2, besides this one main cover, are sold out at Midtown. Don't know if that means anything to you. If so, you might want to track them down. The solicit for this one reads, while taking a cross-country trip, a young couple stops to visit one of their long-lost friends who live in an idyllic gated community in the Midwest. Not long after they arrive, they found out that a girl has gone missing, and something sinister might be lurking behind the mansions and well-manicured lawns of Paradise Court. So it sounds cool. Sounds like a story that's been done a million times, but maybe they've got a nice fresh spin on it. Anyways, please let me know in the comments below what you guys are planning on picking up. Let me know if I missed out on anything super important to you. Again, those are just my picks. In no way reflect every book that's coming out or anything like that. And thank you guys so much. If you like my content and you're not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe. Please leave a thumbs up. And thank you so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.